Good morning. You're listening to Overcoming Life. I am your host, Opal Bailey. I just want to encourage you this morning as we're kicking off our Monday morning for the rest of the week to not get stuck being in a rut. And what that means is don't allow yourself to settle for where you are. You are more than what you see, and you can accomplish more than what you have already accomplished. And sometimes we look at our situations and we have people around us that want to keep us where we are. And you have to know within yourself that you are able to do more than what you see yourself doing. And that takes a lot of determination and commitment, and most of all, a lot of faith. Faith in God, but most of all, faith in yourself, because sometimes most of the time, we need to have faith in ourselves in order to move us forward, in order for us to overcome the obstacles in our lives that seem to be so big and seem to be so difficult. And it keeps us in a rut when we're looking at the negativity of life. Because sometimes in our life, especially on a Monday morning, some people may dread waking up on Monday morning, having to go to work. You may be at a job that you've been working for 40 years and you feel like there's nothing else you can do, or you could be looking at a lifestyle of living in a certain place for so long and you feel like there's no other place you can live. And so those are simple things that will keep us in a rut of our lives. I'm encouraging you this morning to not allow these things to take over your life and to hold you hostage, because they can hold us hostage. They can keep and rip and take and suck the life out of us when we're choosing to allow these things to be a part of our lives, and we're choosing to allow these things to govern us. Because when it all comes down to it, it's a matter of choice. We can choose to stay where we are and feel defeated and look at life as something unlivable, or we can choose to look at our situation and say, hey, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be, but I'm on my way to become what I really want to be. And when you have those positive mindsets in you, no matter what come your way, no matter what your struggles in life is, no matter what people perception of you are, you can still overcome all of that. You can still walk in the vision of what you know that you will be. Because not everybody can take on that same journey, can ride on that same car or boat or horse the way you can. So each one of us have our own path. Each one of us have our own journey. So don't allow your journey to become someone else's journey, and to just embrace where you are. Realize that you have the potential, you have the gift, you have the ability, you have the faith, and you have the determination to overcome any obstacle, whether you have to run through it, you have to leap over it, you have to walk around it, crawl under it, swim past it, whatever it is, you have that opportunity and you have the capability to do this. And I just also want to encourage you throughout this week to stay focused on what you're doing. Don't allow other negativity or the lifestyle of what other people think, even in your coworkers or wherever job you are. Don't allow those things to keep your mind off of your life being better, because it can be better. It's all about the way we see ourselves, and surround yourself with positive people, positive influences, and listen to positive things, whether it's a video or read a book that speaks about life being positive, or someone else's accomplishments, or something that will motivate you as we go throughout this week. And as I'm talking about sticking, getting out of the rut, not allowing the rut of life to captivate you, I have a special guest with me. Her name is Sharon Dubois. She is the owner of At Your Service Concierge Bookkeeping, located here in Melbourne, Florida. And I want her to just say hi to you guys and let you know that she will be on my show this Friday coming. So you got to listen to what she got to say. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm doing great. And you?
Good. Doing good. Thank you, Sharon, for coming on. Could you kind of let my listeners know what At Your Service is all about?
We are, we are local bookkeepers for small businesses. We use QuickBooks for the most part, handling small businesses' needs, trying to help them understand what they're doing in business with their finances.
So my listeners, I'm telling you, you have to be able to tune in on this Friday to listen and hear what she has to say. But one thing I want her to share is that she said a statement that you don't allow yourself to doubt yourself. So can you just share that as an encouragement for our listeners and let them know that they can give them a little background?
No, it's really important that we understand what we have inside of us and not doubt ourselves. It's very easy for us, as you were talking about, to get stuck in a rut and just go with status quo because that's easy. But by having the right people around us and having the positivity around us and not the negative, you can actually grow because there's so much potential inside each person that if we don't doubt ourselves, we can grow and become something amazing.
That's really good. So here, you didn't hear it all from me. You heard it from Sharon as well, because we are an example of getting out of the rut. You know, I have my personal journey. She has hers, but it all comes down to we made a decision not to allow our situations, our circumstances, the negative around us, our environment to keep us in a situation and keep us locked down into a life that we didn't really want. And one, we knew that we can do and be better. And I want to just read this with you guys. And I know there's going to be an encouragement. It says, arise from your depression and prostration in which your circumstances have kept you. Rise to a new life. And that's what God wants us to do. He wants us to rise from our depression, our situation, our being stuck in a rut, our past, our hindrance, blockage, whatever we want to name it. And to come into a new life, want to come into what he has for us because he desired for us to have life and that more abundantly. He wants us all to enjoy and embrace everything that he has given us. And this is how we do it, is that we move forward. We keep moving forward. We keep walking because we don't want to have to look back and constantly looking back and finding ourselves stuck. It's just like, the lady who in the Bible, when Sodom and Gomorrah, the wife was leaving, the husband was leaving, God was telling them, get out of your past. Come, I have something new for you. And the only thing God told her to do was, he said, don't look back. Well, the husband and all the family, they kept going, but the wife, she looked back. And when she looked back, she became a pillar of stone. That means she was stuck in her past. She couldn't go anywhere. She was just stuck right there. And it took the life out of her till she became nothing. And that's what happens when we allow ourselves to be stuck, no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing. Anything else you want to share with our listeners, Sharon?
No, like I had mentioned, the most important thing is to surround yourself with positive influences and trust yourself because there's something inside of you always wanting more for yourself, and not in a selfish way, but in a giving way, because the more you give of yourself, the more you're going to get in return, and it makes your life full and complete.
There you have it, listeners. Thank you very much for tuning in and knowing that this week we're going to get out of our rut and we're going to be all that God called us to be. So again, continue to tune in to Overcoming Life on Monday morning at 9:05 on talknetradio.com. And I also want you to check out our website, to our Connect 10 magazine that we're launching out, and it's filled with tips, good information, and life stories that will keep you built up, encouraged, and strengthened. So God bless you. I am your host, Opal Bailey.